Hello, Mr. Angus Wangus back for a video. I'm not quite at a point where I can show a demo, unfortunately. I've had, I want to make an update of my Overunity quest here with my PMH and other things. But I just want to make an update because I've had some delays with the cores. I made a core to fit certain coils and then came to find out that the inductance was too low for the capacitors I had, so I made another core for another set of coils, and then found out I didn't have enough capacitance for those coils either, so made a new coil for these cores. These are my very thin wire, 28 gauge-ish, and now today I've gone and went and bought some caps, some non-polar caps, which I needed really bad. Really the only thing I had kicking around were a bunch of these microwave oven caps, and they're no good. The resistor in them, there's a resistor in them, and it makes them no good for finding resonance, unfortunately. I did happen to get one apart and snip the resistor out of it though, and got it back together, and it held its resistance. But they're very low microfarads for what I want to do, for what I want to try first, and it would be a lot of work to do 30 or 40 of them. But so I went and got some caps today from a fella that fixes electronics and things like that. If he happens to be watching, hi Greg, it was great meeting you. This guy, you guys would have loved to have seen his shop and talked to him. He's excited about electronics and everything else. It was great talking to him. Hi Greg, if you're watching. But I wish I was at a point, because of all this core stuff that was going on in the last couple days, and I wish I was at a point to do a demo, but I'm not just yet. I just got home and got from getting these caps, and I'm going to be calculating and working out how I can put them together to fit these other coils that I want to use. There'll be more to come for sure. But I wanted to give an update to my Overunity quest, because I know, I had been busy throughout the summer, and now I've got some time, and now there's delay. Some people were expecting a video, but it's coming soon of a demo of this. Now normally, we're talking about resonant tank circuits, right? And normally, when we talk about resonant tank circuits, it's usually when it applies to radios, and we're going to start working it with the analog side of a generator, right? Now I had made that video, geez, it was like a month and a half ago already, ring the bell twice, and I was talking about Ed's, he's back here somewhere, Ed's workshop, and excuse me, pardon me, how he had variable capacitors on his wall there at Coral Castle, so he's tuning for frequencies. It's pretty much the only thing you want to do there. Prior to that, I had played with some resonance in a solid state way, working with that and looking at it, and but I've been looking forward to applying it to Ed's setup and the PMH, very much so. Ned had his variable caps. So I just want to give an update and talk about the resonance just a little bit. So resonance, basically, here's your resonant tank circuit where you have a capacitor and an inductor. But resonance, like we talked about in that Ring the Bell Twice vid, is a dance between capacitance and inductance. It's a balance. When your capacitance balances with your inductance, the magnetic field of your inductor balances with the dielectric field of your capacitor, you get what's called resonance in the circuit. And basically it's when these are in balance. Now also another factor in there is frequency. There are three factors you need to think about. Balance between frequency, inductance, and capacitance, right? But each tank circuit's going to have its own inherent resonance frequency, depending on its capacitor and its inductance value. You can't just throw any old cap onto a coil in a tank circuit and drive your generator at any old speed, right? It needs to be a balance to get the full resonant effect. I was going to write down the equation for resonance, for finding frequency, right? For finding the resonant frequency of an LC circuit. Basically, you can get your capacitance or inductance values or your frequency value of the three, and there are calculators online where we can solve for any of the variables if we already have two of them, right? Those calculators online are really handy. Now, just to mention, this past week I got a bit of a Christmas present. Yay! A new friend of mine generously donated an LC meter, a very nice one. A very, very nice one. Thank you very, very much. That is so handy. If you're going to play with resonance, you really do need an LC meter where you can measure either the inductance of your coil or the capacitance of your capacitor so that you can match things and get the resonant frequency going. Thank you very, very much for that, sir. Now, just maybe finally to say about the resonance circuit, this is old, and I've said this in the past. This isn't new. It's not something I've come up with. Although I noticed a couple years ago about Ed's variable capacitors, and haven't really seen anywhere online where anyone else noticed that. Not that that means anything or anything like that, but what I'm trying to say is that this is old, 100-year-old idea, right? And I'm just starting to play with it, or do demos, I should say, in this way. But Tesla, Cromray, a fella I had mentioned his patents in the past when I was testing the U-core concept. Cromray's, a lot of Tesla's patents have the tank circuit. Cromray's does, as a matter of fact, if you go back and look at that patent, he has capacitors on there. And lots of other guys in the past. This isn't new. This effect here isn't new either. That's Ed's. And what I had found in previous experiments is that what's going on here is a double inductive effect. Comment or whatever you want about that if you have any questions, but that's what I found going on in there. Which totally makes sense with how it's approaching the magnets, right? But what I'm going to be doing is putting this idea, the U-core, the PMH generator, along with the resonance, and we're going to see what happens, and that's what I'm going to be working on. Now again, I just got back with the capacitors, and I'm going to be doing way more calculations, right, for the coils that I want to start with, and setting things up, finding the frequency with the wheel. Oh, one thing I did change here is I doubled the amount of magnets on my wheel. This makes a higher frequency available to me, and it makes it excuse me, hiccups, makes it easier for me to find resonance, right, if I have a higher frequency available, frequency range basically. But these old guys, Tesla, Cromray, only to mention a couple, have worked with this in the past. This wasn't a new idea. I said that right from the start almost a year ago, right? That's not a new idea, but we explored that and still exploring it really. But what I'm going to be doing is putting these two ideas together, which I think Ed was doing. So Tesla and Cromray, these aren't new ideas. These guys talked about it, put it in their patents. Stan Meyer as well. His circuit is a resonant tank circuit, which is important, right? the water fuel cell being the capacitor in itself. But there's lots we can apply this to, this resonant frequency. Another that comes to mind is Tesla's method for capturing radiant cosmic energy. Could be thought of as a resonant tank circuit as well, which is something I really, in the future, I'm going to be delving into. That patent with this idea in mind. But this is what I'm going to be doing coming up. I'm going to be getting into it tonight. Figuring out what cat bank I need to make these into, and for the coils I'm going to use, and we're going to see what happens. But I wanted to make an update for you. I know it's been sort of seemed like a delay, but again, that had to do with making these cores 3 times in the last 3 days. So I think I'm in a spot now with these capacitors that you'll see a vid from me very soon showing resonance and the effects. There you go. Questions, comments, put them in the box, please. Please be nice. But there you go. Just wanted to give you an update of my Overunity quest, where I'm going, what has slowed me down now. But, oh, I got to say, hey, I've been working on these cores here for the last couple days, with the football game on the computer while I'm doing it, and my time is becoming more free, and it's really sunk in last night. I was watching football, working on a core, and man, it was just like last year, you know. I'm getting back to where I can spend a lot more time on this. It's a good feeling, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm yammering now. But there you go. That's what I'm going to be doing. And I should have a video soon of that to show you. There you go. Thanks for watching. Again, rate, comment, share. Do what you do. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.